record. Want to welcome everybody here tonight. I thought we were going to have a couple of guests. Maybe they'll pop in after we get started. Okay, I've got a bunch of announcements, and then we have a good number of images to get through. So we're going to go as quickly as we possibly can. So please listen to me. Listen. Okay. Okay, the assignments that are coming up, we were just mentioning in March, is long exposure landscape.
Connected.
Make sure that if there is water in it, that is not the main subject. Okay, and so go to the website and read the description. It's a good long description that Jim put in there, so read it. April's assignment is panning. All right. Our next week meeting, so we're going on to education here. Next week's meeting will not be on Zoom. It is a class for panning, and we're going to be meeting at 6 o'clock at Curtis Hickson Park in downtown Tampa. There's parking garages around there. You can park there's some little parking lots across the street. I would imagine no matter where you park in that area, you're going to have to pay something. So be prepared for that. Don't get told that you don't have to pay and then get a ticket like we did a few years ago. Don't listen. If somebody says you don't have to pay, don't listen to them. Pay. Because usually pay machines, they have Park Mobile in downtown Tampa, so you can use Park Mobile on your app. The education night for March is going to be a special presentation with Ben Williamson. I sent out a announcement that's on the website earlier this week, and he's going to be talking about weather and outdoor photography. He's a kind of a weather nerd, but he's also a really good landscape photographer. He's from Maine, so he's going to be talking about weather and your photography. In April, we have a very special presentation with Mary Jo Hoffman. If anybody is aware of her, she is this fabulous artist that's got a book that's about this thick, costs $45, and it is beautiful. It is full of images that she has taken. She takes an image at least one image every single day, and she's been doing it for over 10 years. And it's all natural, things that she's found in nature or somebody's given her from nature. Even if she's in a dire straits day, she goes and finds a couple of leaves or something and takes a picture of it. So she has not broken the chain in over 10 years. So she's going to be talking about her project, her her dailiness, she calls it, and the art. And her book is called Still: The Art of Noticing. So she's going to be talking about that and a little bit about how she does it, because some of the stuff is very it's like she was one of the speakers at out of Chicago, and I'm like, how the heck does she do this stuff? And so she actually did a shooting demo there, and I don't know if I can talk her into doing at least a short one for us, but she did a shooting demo and showed us exactly how she does some of this stuff. So she's really very interesting, and her name is Mary Jo Hoffman, Hoffman. So she'll be speaking for us in April. We've got a couple others on the line for later in the year, and I will let you know about those later. Okay, any questions about the education nights or assignments coming up? Okay, our upcoming outings. The first one that's coming up is on March the 7th, which is a Saturday, and this is in Mount Dora, which is to the east, and it is the Thundering Spirit Family Powwow, which is a Native American powwow. If you've never been to one of these, they are fascinating. I have been to many of them, and it's really interesting experience, and it's also a great photo opportunity. Just be very respectful. There are certain times when you do not shoot them, like when they're doing the initial dance that they do and they'll usually tell you, the announcers are pretty good about saying don't take photographs. If they're doing anything that seems spiritual or prayer-like, do not shoot. The rest of the time, it's not a problem. So, and their regalia, they do not wear costumes, they wear regalia, and the regalia is fascinating, and it should be a fairly good sized powwow, so you see a lot of variety in the regalia, because normally these powwows are a conglomeration of different tribes, because a lot of those folks actually come down to Florida in the wintertime from Oklahoma and some of the other parts of the United States where there's reservations, and because of the powwows without snow or down here in the summer, in the wintertime. So, but yeah, if you're Leslie is going to be in charge of this. She sent out an email a couple of days ago about that. If you're planning on going, please let her know. I am going to be out of town, so Leslie is going to be in charge of this. So please let her know so she can be on the lookout for you. Unless you gave them, did you give them your phone number so they can get in touch with you?
I didn't, but I'll put it in there.
Okay, yeah, add your
I
phone
forgot.
number.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
didn't
that they
even
can
think about
text
that.
you and let you know where they are, or if they're, because I'm sure usually these powwow parks or wherever they have these are pretty big and there's a lot of people. So yeah, you try to find a common spot and then have them meet you there.
I put right behind the
Okay.
gate to buy your tickets.
Okay.
The guy that I spoke to, he broke his leg, so he's still in North Carolina.
Oh
He's not
geez,
going to be down here.
you're not gonna be down here.
But yeah,
Can't do much
he said
dancing with a
if
broken leg.
if he had broken it a little bit higher, they could have replaced his hip, and that would be quick healing. But where he broke it, it's not. So,
Well, that's
but
good.
it's
That's
right
good.
behind the admission gate.
Okay.
So,
Any questions on that, guys? I highly recommend something like that because it is a very a great opportunity for some great photos. And do this: sit down low. If you can bring a chair, it's probably a good idea to bring a chair, but sit down low and shoot up at them, and you're rid of all the background stuff that's in the background. If you sit and you shoot them eye level, you get everybody behind them and all the stuff that's going on behind them. If you sit down and shoot up, you get rid of all that. You have the sky or whatever's behind them, behind them, rather than a bunch of distractions. So just a
actually, one of the notes in there is to bring a blanket or a chair.
Yeah,
So
we used to sit
they
on the
said they do
ground.
have
Yeah,
some
we
seating,
would sit on the
but
ground right at the very edge of the ring. Okay,
Is it
on to the big
okay?
outing. Um, our photo camp is 2026 photo camp is on March the 20th through the 22nd. It's at Hillsborough River State Park, so it's close by. We have already rented 5 campsites, which we can put an RV or tent on. I think it's 2 per site, right, Lee?
I think that's right.
Yes,
Yeah, two per
Sounds like
site.
it.
Okay.
Yes,
Um,
2%.
and the sites, for those that have never done this before, the club pays for the sites, so you don't have to pay for anything. But we're gonna get there as early as we can, when they allow as early as they allow us in, so that if there's any gate code or anything like that, we will let you know what it is. There will be a sign up thing. I'm going to put the details of everything that's going on and the sign up sheet, and it's first come first serve for the camping. I'll probably do that sometime next week, and have that ready for you so that we can have an idea. If we run out of spaces, we will let everybody know. Lee will be keeping track of it to see how many people are coming, and if we run out of camping spaces, then we'll cut it off. Saturday though is
I
open.
can just join Lee and Lourdes. I'll sleep with them.
Yeah, here you go. Uh, he said they got that big bed. Actually, Jack's
Save
gonna have the
water.
big bed. He's bringing a big old trailer. But anyway, um, yeah. So Saturday morning. We will do a photo walk. Jim is gonna be doing a photo walk on trails that he's familiar with there, which is something we always do, something like that where we do a photo walk. Um, then we have lunch that the club supplies on Saturday at lunchtime. And during that lunchtime, Robert usually has some insightful discussion that he makes us all get involved with. So be prepared for that. But we always have a great time with that. And we do that for the hour or hour and a half after we get back from our photo walk and while we're eating lunch. The afternoon is Saturday afternoon is open to whatever you want to do. You can just hang around the campfire. You can go exploring around the park. You can do whatever you want. And then for Saturday evening, we will have a potluck dinner, which everybody who's there going to be there for dinner needs to bring at least one dish to share with everybody, and then obviously your own drinks and stuff like that. And we always seem to have plenty of food, so we supply the water and the plates and cups and utensils and stuff like that. But we need everybody to bring at least one dish if you're going to stay for dinner. And then if the skies are nice to us, which you never know in March, we will do a night shoot somewhere in the area in the park. Jim is pretty familiar with Hillsborough River State Park, so
Yeah.
he'll probably find a spot where we can go to. I don't know. There may be some clearings around where the campgrounds is. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there, so I'm not sure what is available there. But we'll figure out something, the weather permitting. Then if you stay overnight, then you check out on Sunday morning. So you can come in on Friday afternoon. Probably a good idea to bring something to eat because there's not a whole lot. I mean, I guess we could go into Zephyr Hills. Zephyr Hills. We haven't really talked about what we're going to do for Friday night dinner, but we'll figure something out.
I just figured we'd bring some food to
Yeah,
eat
just bring some food, for your own self for Friday night if you're
because
coming
it's not close.
Friday.
It's not nothing's close.
Yeah, there is nothing close to this park at all. So, except my house, and I'm sorry, I don't have room for everybody. So, I am like 10 minutes away from the park.
Oh, I didn't realize you were that close.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really close. So anyway, that's pretty. Let's see if there's anything else. Blah 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 blah. Right. I think that's everything. Anything else, Lee, that you can think of that I need to mention?
He's cooking his dinner.
Yeah, you must pay. Oh, you do have to pay for to get into the at the main gate. I think it's $5 per car. So you have to pay to get in the main gate there. And everything we're going to be doing is inside the park. So yes, you have to come in. It's a little different than some of the other places where we were in. We were in the park was separate from the camping. This is all the camping is inside the state park.
I
You have an
think if
annual
you,
pass, you can get in. It doesn't pay. Yeah, you can get in. If you have an annual pass for the state, you can get in there as well. But again, I will put all these details on the website and send out a notice that the link telling you the announcement's been put in there. And do sign up as quickly as you can.
hey, Lynn, I think if you tell them you're camping, I'm not sure you have to pay that fee.
Right. If
Yeah,
you're a
but that
camper,
might
you
not
might
be
not have to
for
pay.
just extraneous people though. It might be for you and I, and the five of us who rented sites, but I don't know if it was be for everybody else. I don't know.
I think it's free for anyone that's staying the night
Yeah.
for each campsite.
Yeah. But you got to say what site. I bet you have to tell them what site you're staying on, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See, there are five of us. We had to. We
Okay,
can't rent
we
them.
can assign sites.
Huh?
Once we know, we can assign sites once we
That's
know.
true. Okay,
coming.
we'll figure that out once we get a little closer to the date.
Yep.
Any other questions about that? All right. Historic Spanish Point outing that we had to cancel because of the bad weather that we had last month we're going to reschedule that for April the 11th, which is again is Saturday at 10 a.m. and I'll send out information about that later as well. So, but put that on your calendar, Spanish Point at April the 11th at 10 a.m. Okay. We also had a discussion on the board of directors last week, and a request was made, and we decided to go along with this. Jim, you weren't there, but hopefully you were okay with this. But we are going to let you have the ability to submit your images for exhibit comment night and not get a score if you don't want one. Okay, but here's the caveat: you have to put it in general, and that's it. It cannot be an assigned. Only assigns must be scored. So if you don't really want to score, which this is all. The score is pretty much meaning. It's not like you're getting a first, second, or third. You're getting a number. So if you have a problem with that, getting a score, just let me know when you send the images in for next month and going forward, and how I want you to do this. And I will send an email to this effect as well. But you need to, instead of you need to put G, and then NS for no score, and then your title, and make sure that's what's on your image. Don't just put it in the email. I need it on the image because the emails and the images get separated. So I will send out an email to that effect. It's not something, you don't have to do it, but if you don't really want to score and you just want the comments, that's what we decided to do. So, any questions about that? Okay, I have some bad news. One of our longest, I think the longest, oldest living member of our club passed away on Sunday night. His name was Chris Volf. A lot of you probably have only seen him on Zoom. He's been sick for a couple of years, and kind of his wife passed away unexpectedly about 2 or 3 months ago, and he kind of took a turn for the worse from that point on. And his niece let us know that he passed away on Sunday night. If anybody's interested, I put the details about the memorial service, which is tomorrow, in the chat.
Hey, Lynn, wasn't he one of the very first members of Kelby as
Yeah,
well?
I know. I don't know. Jim,
Yes.
are you? He's one of the like original
Yes.
members.
Yes. One of the very original members of that as well. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, and the club is at least 40 years old, so he's been involved for a very, very long time. He was a Nikon nerd and also a Photoshop nerd, and really into Photoshop nerdiness. So that was his thing. He loved Photoshop. But yeah, he has been having a rough time for the last few months, and when his wife passed away unexpectedly, that really just took him for the made him have a really bad turn for the worse. So anyway,
Hey, Lynn,
yes.
just to let you know, one of the women that I invited just joined,
Oh,
Sophie.
okay. What's
Oh,
is
hi.
Sophony? Is that her name?
Her name's
Yes, you
name's
said it
Sophie,
right.
though.
Sophony? Okay. Well, welcome.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
you learned a little something tonight. Unfortunately, Robert's not here, so it'll be a little calmer than normal. But anyway, is there any other questions or comments about anything? Karen, are you ready with your slideshow? I can't hear you. You're muted.
I am.
Okay. Are you ready to share?
Yeah, if
And
you, yeah, if you,
make sure when you bring up the share screen that you click on video enhancement and audio enhancement over on the right hand side.
Hey, Lynn, could you tell Sophie real quick what we're doing right now?
Yeah, we have a monthly member feature. Each month, we only see a couple of images from each person each month, and a lot of time their assignments are not really what they like to do the best. And so once a month, every month we have what we call the monthly member feature, and they get to show us a slideshow or video, whatever they want to show us within a 3 minute ish time frame. So you need to get rid of the zoomy thing there on the front of your screen.
Lynn, what do I have to click? I've got on share. I have to click on what else?
Yeah, you're on there now. Just open up your slideshow.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then, yeah, there you go. And
All
from
right.
the beginning, there you go. Go for it. Is there any sound?
Yeah, you should hear music.
We aren't hearing anything.
Nope.
When you did the share, did you click on the sound, the audio part of it? Yeah, we're not hearing any sound at all, Karen.
Okay, I just clicked on the audio and
Still not
It's-
hearing anything.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you, but we
Yes.
can't hear anything from your slideshow. Can stop sharing for a second?
Okay.
And let me see what this.
Okay.
Yeah, over on the right hand side of the when you first hit the share screen, over on the right hand side, it says share sound and optimize for video sharing. Please click both of those. Okay.
Okay, I'm on the share screen and I don't see any of those.
Yeah, they should be over on the right hand side of the screen when you first go to the share part.
Okay, it says more optimized for video sharing.
Yes. And then
Is that the-
sound and the sound one as well.
Okay, and then, okay.
All right, now go back to the beginning of your slideshow.
Let me get and then what was the other one? Share computer sound, right?
No, you're not that one. No.
Yeah, well, go ahead and click that one.
Yeah,
That
go ahead
one-
and click that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, click
Yeah.
on stereo. There you go.
Okay, I did. Okay. Now I need to go back to the beginning. Oh,
There
my
we
Yeah,
are.
music. Yay!
God. Okay.
It's party time.
Here we go, maybe.
Perfect. Thank you. I recognize some of those
Thank-
places.
I recognize some of
Hey,
those places
Was
too.
that Charlie playing that music?
You'll
No,
be
it's not.
Uh-oh.
back. Send your reactions.
Very
had a
nice,
cold.
Karen.
Very nice, very good.
I could have sworn that you would have had that band play something.
I was sick
Was that
when I was
Charlie?
doing it.
Was that Charlie playing?
No, he had a cold, so
Oh,
I didn't ask
Was that
him.
Charlie on the bench?
No.
No.
Just
Come
kidding.
on, Charlie.
Under the guy's arm. If you look at the picture under his where he has his arm, it says "Welcome to Montreal."
Just
All
a,
right, guys.
a note for everybody when you do this, make sure it's licensed or royalty free music.
I
'Cause
did.
we post on YouTube, and we had 3 infringements last year that YouTube notified us
Uh-oh.
about. Yeah,
No, I went on to Photoshop stock
good,
and I went ahead and paid for it. Yeah, because I
good.
know that one, you know.
Yeah.
And the woman singer is 6-time Grammy winner Samara Joy.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
I have one other announcement. Those of you guys that went to the fair with us last week, we had quite a few of us represented had submitted images, and there was a few of us that did pretty well. Diana Rao got a 3rd and an honorable mention. Tori got a first place, and I was very lucky to get a first place and a second place. So
Yeah.
it pays to put stuff in unusual categories that nobody else enters much in. So keep that in mind.
Congratulations.
Also,
Congratulations, guys.
yeah.
Thank
Also,
you.
Yes.
also this for next year, they you have to enter the fair. You have to start the entry process in December. I'll try to send out a notice about that early, probably late November, whenever I get the information. And you get, here's the kicker. You get a free ticket to get in the fair and a free parking ticket. Parking is now $15. And
Oh,
entry fee is $20. So, admission is $20. So if you buy, you can only enter three photos. I mean, you can enter other like art, paintings and stuff like that. I believe they're all $5 entries. So basically, if you enter three photos, for $15, you get you get the parking for free and you get the admission for free. So, and if you win something, hey, it even come out ahead. Obviously, you have to pay for the matting and stuff like that, but it's a lot of fun. I've done it twice now, and it's interesting to see what everybody enters, and it's just kind of cool. And I feel bad for Ron because they put all his stuff upside down. So
Yeah.
next time, put arrows up.
Just one clarification, most of us are old enough to get the senior rate, which is $11.
Yeah, that's true. But still, you're saving money. So anyway,
Yeah, it was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun to be a part of it.
yeah, it's fun to get involved. The Strawberry Festival also has a photography contest, and I've entered that. It's been many years since I did that. My problem with the Strawberry Festival is every time you go over there, it is so crowded, it's craziness. So I don't even go over there anymore, even though it's 15 minutes away from my house. But they also do have a pretty good size photography contest as well. So you can always think about that one as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on all these images we have. And the subject this month was water in motion. Let me share my screen.
Mhm. Who was third judge this month, Lynn?
Lee.
Lee, I'm
Yes, sir.
exhausted tonight. Don't make this be just my show. Jump in.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm going to put this over here.
And in fact, it's open for anybody to jump in. You guys know that.
Get situated here, guys. Hold on a sec. Come on, screen.
And we have a lot to get through, so
Yeah, we got
I'm
quite a few.
going to try
All right.
not to drag it out.
We're going to start with two that it was my error from last month. Somehow I missed this email in all the emails that I get through the course of the month. And these were Frank Delergy's. And the subject last month was black and white. And so we've scored these for him for this month since we screwed up. So Frank, this one is called, where is it? Desert Waves, and the score is 25.5.
Can we go full screen with it, Lynn?
Yes. This is awesome.
That is beautiful.
That's so cool. I love it.
Was that shot on film, Frank?
No, it was
Okay.
it's a 300 millimeter on a Sony AR4 7.4.
Okay, yeah, because I know the other one was shot on
really
film. I wasn't
fascinates
sure
me.
about this one, but
No.
yeah, guys, this is a great example of telephoto landscape. Yeah, we had a speaker talk about that here once, and it's not something people think about a lot, is telephoto landscape, but this is a fantastic example of doing that. The side lighting, the texture on this, the shapes, the curves, the layers. This is a beautiful abstract and great black and white tonality. Everything from black through white and all the tones in between.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this part here just dry. I mean, it's fascinating. And this part here, I'm like, I want to know what's down there.
Footprints, probably.
Probably, yeah. That's the biggest problem with these desert dunes is people
Right.
walk all over them and don't realize they're messing up all the pictures. So
Go with me when I go. There's no footprints there.
Yep.
If she can keep up with you.
Well, I think
That is the truth.
all right. Anything else
Thanks.
on this one?
Where is
That's
it?
special.
It's
Where was
Death Valley.
Oh,
Death
okay.
Valley.
Death Valley?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. Gorgeous.
Okay, the next one is threes, and the score on this one is 24.4. This is also Frank's.
Mm. And this one was shot on film, if I recall, correct, Frank?
Yeah, Triax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Very nice. I really enjoy what's going on here with the composition and the the faces in each corner drawing you through the image diagonally. And I even find it fascinating that there's that negative empty space, down there
Yeah.
on the left that really lets you, with those faces that are prominent down there, home right in on them, and then your eye gets to carry through the other faces, draw you up through the image from a diagonal, and there's nothing down there on the bottom with those other heads to distract you from immediately being drawn right to those faces.
I think I would have liked to see like maybe one of these, like this one right here, turn just a little bit more so you could almost see their face. Just to kind of
I
break
would have
up the pattern here. So
I would have had to break into the store to do that.
started. So you actually found them like
Mhm.
this. That's pretty cool.
Yes, yes, yes. It's in a
Yeah.
window, right?
Yep. Yeah, very well done.
Yep. Very good. All right. On to a sign for this month. Okay. This first one is, let me get to the right list here. This one is Moving Water Crossing, and it's Richards, and the score is 23.9.
Yeah, nice composition. The person in the image is what gives this scale and a story to go along with it, and not just oh, sorry, there was some floating heart caught my eye through the screen. I don't know what that was all about. Am I the only one that saw that?
Maybe.
No.
I see it.
People do reactions.
That was a reaction.
Sharing
Oh.
love.
Okay,
Oh.
it was a distraction. Okay, but yeah, that gives me a story to work with in here, other than, okay, it's just a picture of a waterfall. Compositionally, one thing I might suggest is lower left corner, that bright white little bit of wave. It could be just cropped up above that, and not have that on the edge of the frame.
Lee, any comments?
Yeah, this looks like the lower half of Hilton Creek. Is that where that is, Richard?
Where?
Hilton Creek?
Could be. Silver,
Yeah.
do you remember where this was?
That's where it was.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you put her in the photo too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She put herself in there.
Silver.
Yep. Good job.
All right. On to the next one. Next one is Where the Ocean Breaks. This is Diana Rouse, and the score is 23.6.
I really enjoyed the visual impact of looking at this with that all those speckles of water. It almost looks like pointillism art. It's very different than anything else in here tonight, and very eye grabbing for me as far as getting my attention and making me want to look harder at this image. This was well done for the impact, the visual impact of the image.
Lee?
It looks like
I'm sorry. It just looked like the highlights were a little blown out.
Yeah, it's up in the waves. It's a little hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there. I don't disagree with you about that.
But I do like the sprayed.
No.
Mhm.
Is she still in India, Diana?
Yes, yeah, she's still in India.
Okay.
Next one is the falls. And this is Karen's, and the score is 23.4.
Yeah, very nice flow of the water, and without overexposing that water as well. And I enjoy the foreground stuff there that sharply contrasts against that flowing water, that smooth flowing water, and that sharp stuff. Will you zoom in right kind of in the middle of the ground right there, Lynn? No, zoom in.
Yeah, hold on a second. Zoom.
Yeah.
Z? Nope. How do I zoom with the keyboard?
You don't. You have to select your zoom level that it will go to when you click with your mouse.
Oh, okay, let me get.
You have a drop down. You have a drop down up there. Yeah, there you go. Go to the drop down and
Oh, that's 100% right there.
oh, it's a low resolution image. Well, still put it to 200% or
It's
something. I still want
it's
to
3000
see.
by 1742.
Yeah.
Let's put it at 2200.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Move over. Yeah, there. It's. I'm trying to see what's going on there with the with the foliage, and it looks like a big smudge.
I
Well,
think there's
I'm,
a drop
I'm,
of
I'm,
water on
I'm
her lens.
questioning that.
I think there's a drop of water on her lens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
maybe,
would make sense.
I think it's
Yeah.
a shallow
You're
grave.
talking about right here?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
talking about there.
okay.
Yes. That was my question, is what happened there. Okay.
Probably is water, yeah.
Probably water near the fellows.
that would
Yeah.
that would answer that question. Okay.
I would get rid of in the upper left, there's two bright white spots, and in the upper right, there's one big bright spot I'd get rid of.
Yeah, those are lights on the shoreline, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was this done at night?
Yes.
That's what I thought. This was a night photo, and that's some buildings over there that are illuminated.
So would you remove them, Jim, or not?
That would depend on the intent of the image. If this was just intended to be artistic image to be displayed and appreciated as art and frame, I would definitely get rid of it. If this were more of a documentary thing, then you would leave them there. You know, from a perspective, like I say, from a perspective of this is just art to be enjoyed, then absolutely I would say make them go away.
Okay.
So I recognize that one on the right as the tunnel, and this is Niagara Falls. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. So that little dot actually added to the picture for me. Yeah.
Is this a falls right here too?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Horseshoe Falls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Lots of falls. I haven't been there since I was a kid, so I have no recollection of it at all. All right,
American
on to the next
Falls.
one. And this one is Cascading Water. This is Diana Rouse, and the score is 23.6.
This has a very graphic look about it. High contrast. I know the highlights are hot on this, but in this case, it works for me, being very graphic in nature with the strong contrast of the very bright white with the very dark black, and not a lot of tonal gradation in between. This makes it look, you know, almost like a charcoal or a pencil sketch or something, and and I find the effect appealing in this one myself.
It looks to me like the focus is in the back and not towards the front.
Talking about right here.
Yeah. It just looks a little blurry in where your eyes.
Where are you seeing the blurriness in the front, Lee?
Right where the left fall comes down.
Right here.
Yeah, right down at the bottom where. Yeah, in there.
I think that's water down there.
It is. It just looks like the focus is at the top of the frame.
Because I'm looking at that big sweeping curve rock edge along the whole bottom right corner, and that it looks, you know, at least at this resolution, it looks sharp to me. Lynn would have to zoom in for me to get a better idea, but
maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it's a little soft.
It's
Yeah.
soft. I mean, compared to like what it looks like up here,
Yeah.
way soft.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
You weren't imagining things, Lee.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
did this
What's
on my
the
phone, so I couldn't see
what are
anything.
the what are the numbers on that, Lynn? What's the aperture on that and the focal length? Can if you just click up there on the histogram arrow and open, yeah, okay, we'll see it there. Well, if you get your
F22.
mouse, if you get your mouse off the image, there we can see. What's it say? 34 millimeters. Is that what it says?
Yeah, 34
Yeah.
millimeters.
And F22. Okay. So yeah, it's you just picked a focus point too far back, even for F22.
Other than that, I like the composition a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all this different
Yeah,
water.
just remember your depth of field is from wherever the point you focus, it's 1/3 in front of that point and 2/3 past that point. So if you're already focusing back further back in the image, the foreground will get soft like that.
In this, it would be a hard, sometimes you can find a rock in a waterfall that to focus on. It's third way back. This one doesn't look like there was any place where she could have focused. So
Right.
yeah, it's a pain. Yeah, that's too bad. So
Yeah, and you can rotate the camera sideways and find something, on there and then recompose.
right.
That's a old fashioned tried and true technique. Focus and recompose. You just move the camera to somewhere else and find something at the right distance,
Right.
lock focus, and then recompose the actual shot that you want.
I mean, she could have actually, if she used this spot right here, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I say even turn 90 degrees,
Yeah, someplace over here.
you don't even have to be pointing into that scene. You just find something at the distance that you need, focus on it, and then lock that focus and recompose. You can push your button halfway and just hold it halfway, or you can use that AEL button on your camera that everybody forgets is on their camera.
Which means what?
I mean I'm sorry,
lock.
the AFL, the AL, the AFL button, the
Lock
focus
button.
lock. Yeah. AEL is exposure lock. AFL is the focus lock.
All right, move on to the next one is Fall Waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
This one is Richard's and the score is 23.8.
Richard, don't take this too unkindly, but I look at this and I wonder if the Tidy Bowl man capsized his rowboat upstream.
I knew he was going to say this.
that is the bluest blue waterfall I think I've ever seen. That's like swimming pool water or thank you. A little blue sometimes is is visually appealing. It's not. That just was a very unnatural blue to my eye.
Okay.
Pretty shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is,
The leads.
I want to know, this is Angel Falls?
I know Hilton Creek.
Oh, that's right. Again, okay. Lee, any comments?
Oh, the fall. We have so many waterfalls near us that
Yeah, it's Hilton Creek.
we
I've
have
been there many times.
about 10 of them within 10-mile radius of my
Yeah.
house up in Georgia.
Same thing with the blue water. So
Yeah, let us see the before and after, Lynn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I see it too.
We see we see this a lot, not just in waterfalls, guys. We see this in animals, we see this in birds, we see this in a lot of things that we don't realize because we're so used to seeing it like that.
It's especially in the shadows. In scenes, you'll get unnatural blue in the shadows, and we've had blue bears, here, and white houses that are blue, and
So yeah, I've gotten really going down to this color mixer to the HSL panel and just clicking on saturation and just hit that area that looks too blue, even if it's gray. You can pull the
Mhm.
blue out of it just like that.
Even if the screen is black and
And
monitoring.
then click it back and you're
Are you
done.
talking to us, Brian? Are you
Sorry,
speaking to us, Brian?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Anything else, guys?
I really like the foreground in this one with the logs there in the water. That really looks great to me.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I mean, I prefer a waterfall that doesn't have a bunch of stuff like that, but it's hard to find them these days that don't. So,
Mhm.
but this one isn't bad.
Yeah, that they work okay in this one. They're not crossing at strange angles and stuff. It actually being kind of parallel to the bottom of the frame with that one particular log is okay.
Yeah. And this one's sort of pointing up at the trees, so
Mm-hmm.
it's helping instead of hindering the image.
Yeah, it angles kind of opposite the angle of the yellow branches above, and kind of gives it a triangular framing effect. And triangles are a good thing most of the time.
Well, on this one, I kind of like the exaggerated blue and stuff. A lot of times I don't like exaggerated colors, but like some of the fall pictures and stuff, I've got one or two where I did that, and I know it's exaggerated, and it's like, okay, this isn't natural, but I kind of like the way everything pops with the extra color and stuff. But
I mean, we could add a little bit back in there, but it just looks so unnatural,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we do see a little bit of reflection from the sky.
Yeah.
But going
Yeah, I'm fine with,
this,
like I say, where you put the
that
blue,
is a big
where you
difference.
added a little back
Yeah.
into it, Lynn, that looked just fine.
Yeah, I just added just a
Mhm.
tad back in. So, all right, guys, let's move on to the next one. This one is Painterly Waves, and this is Diana Cahill's, and the score is 24.5.
Mhm. Very nice abstract motion flow overall. Just that overall abstract look. The focal point in this, the shape of it, where the bright part of that wave is, the sweeping curves of everything else. I enjoy viewing this one. It's that painterly effect of the flowing water works very well in this one.
Lee?
Yep, I agree. This was one of my favorites.
Oh, thanks.
I like the way it flows.
Mhm.
Thanks.
You just kind of flow, and then you turn around and you
Mhm.
flow again. So that's
Similar to my previous comment, though, there's a white, just above the big wave, there's a white little blotch there that I get
oh,
It's a
that's part of the
splash.
wave.
Yeah, it's a splash that's there. It does grab. I agree with you, Brian. It does grab my eye as well. And take me there. If this were my image, I would have taken that out for that reason.
Okay. I feel like now viewing it, the colors look so much more, I'm having this issue where my colors on export are just looking much duller than I like to see them, than I feel like I edited them.
Well, it depends on everybody's screen is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, is your screen
Calibrated,
calibrated? Are you?
No, and I calibrate, and I often end up editing at night, so it's in the dark.
Are you when you send the image out to Lynn before you put it, do you embed a color profile in it?
When I joined Camera Club, I looked up export settings and I set them to a preset, and I use that every time. Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, she's using Lightroom, not the way Jim
Okay,
does
yeah,
it is in Photoshop.
so if you're checking that checkbox, there's a checkbox in there if you're exporting as a JPEG for that. But if your monitor is not calibrated, then we sure are going to see it, probably different than you.
Yeah, I'll buy a house and then I'll buy a new
Technically,
monitor.
Diana, everybody's monitor is going to be a little bit different. I mean, that's the only drawback of shooting these things out over the internet is that everybody's monitor is a little different. And I always calibrate mine before we have these meetings, so it is as true as it can be.
We We kind of covered this in that potluck dinner thing
Yeah.
too about, yes, when you're looking at it, on your monitor before it goes out to, if you have a wide gamut monitor, you can see a lot more on it than might end up in it once it goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll finally get around to calibrating my monitor.
I don't suspect that a Zoom transmission is going
No.
to cover the gamut.
Because
right.
my photos are showing up duller on my work computer too if I share them. So, whatever.
All right, on to the next one. This is called Ocean Madness. This one is Nona Radden's, and the score is 24.
I really like what's going on with that breaking wave and that rock in front of it. And that's where my eye goes, and that's where my eye wants to stay. Then I start looking at stuff in the foreground, and the stuff in the foreground just doesn't hold up to how interesting the back right there, Lynn. Whoop, yeah, leave that. There we go. Leave that other rock right there. Now that is a beautiful panorama right there, and I don't have all that excess stuff in the front, but I really like that rock in the lower left now, and then you diagonally come across to the other rock, and see everything going on. It keeps it from being too bullseye with that one rock just being centered, leaving that other rock there. What you just did with that crop, as soon as I saw the image, I mentally cropped it in my own mind to this.
Are you okay with the blue of this one?
Yeah, that's kind of a pale aqua, blue that it's not, it's not like neon fluorescent blue. I don't have a problem with this being all that the water is so much in motion and has an abstract quality, kind of a painterly quality to it. In this case, this is more of an impressionistic type image, and I have no problem with what the colors, are in a more impressionistic type image than the other one being more of a landscape image that we saw with that really deep blue water.
Lee, any comments?
Yeah, I agree with Jim. I thought there was too much in the foreground, and the wave just seemed like too far back, but this just brings it right into your face.
Where we started and where we ended up.
Yeah. I think it needs a little contrast though.
We can look at that. I like this. I like the soft look of this one myself, but yeah, we can look at it with contrast and compare.
I mean, there's a slight amount of dehaze, a little bit of contrast. Just
yeah, you kind of lose some of the impact on the wave when you do that, I guess.
I'm taking up the shadows a little bit. This rock is a little dark, so I'm like giving it a little. See, I'm giving it a little shape, a little texture.
Yeah, and it brings the texture out. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okie dokie. On to the next one. Next one is Splashing Fireworks. This one is also known as, and the score is 23.5. This one is very overexposed.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
What was the question?
No. I mean, overexposed, but I think it's showing. Yeah, it's very white, but I think it's showing a lot more power that way.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well, there was a question about it being overexposed. Was that a question?
No, I said it was overexposed, and he said no, he didn't think it was.
I don't think it is either.
Okay.
No, I'm
not showing anything over here, so you're right.
Yeah, I don't. This never occurred to me that when I looked at this that it's overexposed or that I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually got a little bit of a bluish tint. It looks like it may have even been color graded to have that color, but there's complementary colors going on with that sky and the water that again bring this more, this one again more out of reality and more into an artistic impressionist kind of thing. Not as much as the other one, but still a little less realism and a little more artistic with the way it looks, and I enjoy that in this one.
Definitely Pacific Ocean, I'm guessing, not the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, she lives in Colorado, so
yeah.
What about a little little more texture in the rocks, Jim.
Nona's not here tonight.
No, she's not here tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just
Yeah,
brought the
because I was
shadows up
going
a
to
little
ask
bit.
if she actually actively did some color grading on this to achieve that color palette. It looks like it to me, and I'm fine with that.
I brought the shadows up just a tad.
Mm-hmm.
Those rocks. I know Robert would have said those rocks are too dark. But just not a whole lot, just a little bit, just so you can see a little bit of something here other than black.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one. This is Wave in Motion. And this one is Tories, and the score is 23.8.
Love it.
It looks like blown glass.
I know.
Yeah, it really fascinating. That look to it. Yeah, I really enjoyed looking at this one and just taking my eye through it, left to right and all around with how it looks so much not like water.
Tori, is that a 3-inch high wave?
And I like the sun in the background. It's from Vero Beach when we went there. The
Yep,
sunrise in the
I
morning.
figured that might be where it was from because I was doing a lot of this, but this particular image with the where it looks like it's it looks like a glass, looks like a sculpture made of glass, and and I really enjoy the just the way that looks.
Yeah,
Can you show us the shutter speed on this? This is fascinating.
1/800th of a second.
1/800th, not 1/8000?
No, 1/800th.
Oh wow. I thought it was gonna be super fast.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's great.
Yeah, and the color palette within this as well that's in this image works nicely. Yeah, backlit waves are always great to work with.
Yes, it was so fun.
Lee, any comments?
I enjoyed it as well. The whole texture of the water, the backlighting, the color palettes, all of it. It just works really well, Tori.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and another wave from Vero Beach. This one is Golden Wave. This one was mine, and the score is 23.9. I wasn't sure about this part
I love the
here.
color coming through. What's that?
I wasn't sure about leaving this or taking it out. I wasn't sure.
That's what I was just about to say. Could you visualize a crop above that for us?
Yeah, I cropped it, then I uncropped it, and then I cropped it again.
Yeah, because I think that competes with that breaking wave that's in line above it. Yeah, and yeah. Now I really appreciate that breaking wave. That other piece of foam was right visually in line vertically with the wave. So yeah, this more panorama format I think works very nicely with this. Yeah.
That's
Again,
practically
what was your shutter speed?
1/1000th of a second.
Very similar to Tori's in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
With the
were probably
exception,
standing about 20 feet from each other.
And yours was with the sun lower on the horizon, and hers was with the sun a little bit higher. Those backlit waves go through that color change as the sun goes higher up from the horizon, which is I love being there and doing that.
I'll bet you if you check those colors, they would be complementary colors between the two waves.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you, Frank.
All right, let's set this one. Next one is Coming Toward You. This one is Brian's, and the score is 22.7.
Looks familiar, Brian.
Zoom in on this for me, Lynn, to where like the rocks in the foreground meet the water. Okay. Was this handheld or on a tripod, Brian? Brian, you're muted.
You're
You have
muted,
to.
Brian.
You got to unmute your mic.
I would assume it's a tripod. I can't imagine trying to take a shot like that handheld.
Okay.
Why? What are you seeing? I don't see a problem.
Yeah, just a look about some of the leaves and the rock. Yeah, did okay. All right, I'm satisfied.
So while we're there, one problem I had with both of my submissions tonight is after I finished them, I ran them through Topaz Photo and allowed it to do its autopilot, and both times it put square colored artifacts in the waves of my shots.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of images that have been run through Topaz that have artifacts in them. I see that a lot.
Have you updated your Topaz recently though? Because they
Yeah,
did an update.
yes, I was running the most recent version. I had just
because they've been
updated.
trying to get rid of those.
Yeah, certain patterns don't agree with it. So yeah, and is that did that rock in the foreground, the leftmost rock in the foreground, the big, the lower right, the one that cuts the frame edge in the foreground.
This one?
That one right there, left side of the crease in that rock. Is that, yeah, there, zoom in on that. Is that
water spot?
Looks like another water drop on the lens. Okay.
Right here.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So composition wise,
yeah, composition, the way that comes in from the top and and then cuts across diagonally, and actually it's kind of fascinating the way that diagonal is then continued into the corner of the frame with that log there. So I think that works well. It's the colors are really intense in this. That's a really intense green, and the shadows in this one have actually gone into the purple in the shadows on this. That's something I always watch out for too. Especially, I know you're a Fujifilm shooter. If you're using the Velvia simulation or whatever, that really drives the greens strong and drives purple into the shadows. And that's something I usually watch out for, is to try and negate some of that purple in the shadows that you get. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be the Velvia, film simulation. It can be other things doing it as well. But that the purple in the shadows is something that's unnatural.
But
I just took it up. Yeah, minus 42. And I mean, just clicking on this, it did, it pretty much got rid of all that.
It detected it as being purple and blue, right?
Yeah. You can see,
yeah,
all you have to do is click on
it.
something if you're not sure and start scrolling down with your mouse, and it will tell you right off the bat whether you've got too much blue in there.
Yeah. Now let's see the before and after on of the color shift. Now, as soon as it goes back, you see the purple there.
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it feels a little off, you can always warm it up a little bit with a little yellow, because normally our environment's a little yellow too. So
yep.
I've taken away the blue and the purple and added a little bit of warmth.
Mm-hmm. The foliage looks looks much more realistic now too.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it had that purpley blue kind of appearance as well. So
but nice composition, Brian. I like what you did with this.
When the green was so bright, I thought the water was a little hot, but when you get back normal, the green down, it made the water look more, to my eye, like it should be. It's interesting. Very pretty shot.
All right, back to the next one. This is making a splash. This is Marks, and the score is 23.1. I couldn't figure out what to get. Now I see it. There's a bird in there.
That's it's a
Right there.
penguin. It's a penguin at the zoo and stuff.
He just
And
jumped in.
yeah, and I got him. I wanted one sort of halfway in between this one and the one just before this. You can see his head just going into the water,
Yeah.
and then this one he's already below the water. I wish I could have got one sort of halfway between. And then I was sitting there waiting for another penguin to jump in, and there was one that stand there, and he'd kind of get over there, and then he'd back off and stand, and never got another one. So, but I kind of don't like the way the splash came out and stuff. So,
yeah, I will say this is a very fascinating image. It's got visual impact. It has great colors, reflections on the water, and everything within the terms of the assignment of moving water. This, like I say, just stand alone. It's a very nice picture to look at. As for an assignment of moving water, I would say let's crop it into where it's more focused about moving water. And I love all those reflections and everything, but they overpower what the part of the image that the assignment is supposed to be about.
I just kind of like the way some of the stuff of the reflections were.
Way too bright. So
I agree. The rocks on the left were just kind of distracting. Yeah. But I love
you could go even tighter on that, Lynn, from the right side and from the top. And,
look how clear that reflection is in the right where it hits the water.
Yeah, this now is more of an image that is about water in motion. That there was the water in motion was was overpowered by too many other things that weren't about water in motion in this image.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next one is Dancing Wave. Pretty. This one is Marks, and the score is 24.3.
I really enjoy that pattern, that wave reaching up, backlit, the way it's reaching up into that part of the clouds that's lit. It brings you the shape of that wave takes you right up into the bright part of the image where the sun is, which is nice. And the lower right hand corner has some stuff going on that we can just crop out of there. Yes, thank you, Lynn. Yeah. Thank you. So much better. There we go.
Yeah, my original one had a lot more of the rocks and stuff in there, so I cropped it down, and I guess I should have cropped it.
You don't want stuff sitting in the corner like that. It looks weird.
There you go.
Pulls your eye away from everything.
Yeah, this is nice. That's very nice right there. Thank you.
But hey, this was sitting on the beach in Hawaii, so I mean, whether the picture came out great or not, I was sitting on the beach in Hawaii. So.
You were in Hawaii. Who cares?
So who cares?
But it came out great, just as long as you get rid of that corner.
Did you go in the water?
No, I was just there on the edge and got my feet a little bit wet, but most of it I was just up on the sand and everything, and. This was just a burst shot. I got one with it down as it's just coming up stuff, and then one where it's falling back down. And this one, the timing was just perfect on it, I thought. So
yes, great, very nice.
This is possible when you got rocks on the shore, guys. This is the kind of stuff you can sit and just wait for them to come, and you can get all kinds of really cool shapes.
Yeah. That the backlighting on this with the way that sun in the cloud is that really helped this this image.
Okay, next one is turbulent seas, and this one is Kathy's, and the score is 23.5.
Yeah, this one again, I'm drawn back there where that seagull is and that gigantic wave that's crashing back there and whatnot. To the all the interesting story to me is there, and then the foreground for me is visually competing with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want.
How far, Jim?
Keep going up to those black rocks. Yeah, there. Yep. You can
Okay.
even pull it. I think you can go. Well, that's not bad, actually. That's not
We
bad
need
right
to
there.
kind of bring it in a little
Yes,
bit.
yes, yeah.
Get the bird over in the
No,
corner.
that's too far. Pull it back. Yeah, yeah. I like it right about there with that bird. There is okay, and you can pull it up a little bit from the bottom again. I think it went down. Because that. Yeah, bring it up. Yeah, bring it up there. Okay. Yeah, there. Yeah, it went up a little high, but we get the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it does
I would pull that
better.
crop line just down a little bit on that, but we get the idea of what like I say, when I look at the image, there's where I see, yeah, down just a little more. Yeah, there you go, right there. Yeah, I feel good about that.
Yeah, and the bird makes the picture.
That was
Yeah,
a one.
yeah, like I say, because there's that part of the wave is actually has lost a lot of detail with the with the motion and stuff. It's kind of just a white washout area there, but then that bird stuck in it. Now it makes it a nice background for that bird.
Was I seeing sky in this as well?
No, there's no sky in it.
There's no sky in this.
Yeah, and it gives you some scale as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very overcast day, so there was no particular light there.
Did you do color grading with this? Did you do this green color? Okay.
Yeah, I use color grading.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's a nice effect with this. I think had this just been without that little tint of color, I think that gave it a little boost visually.
I wanted to get the light sort of coming through the wave where it crests, and then over on the right-hand side where it's folding over, that was lighter also. And that was the only way I could figure to get that, was to color grade it some.
No, I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm glad to see that people are working with and learning to use color grading artistically. I'm happy to see you guys doing that.
They're learning some of the stuff we actually showed them,
We're trying.
taking it in and using it. Yay. Okay, next one is Atlantic Swirls. And this one is Brian's, and the score is 23.
Yeah, I like the shutter speed. Did you experiment with your shutter speeds and then come to a shutter speed that was giving you this effect with the water, or did you just happen upon it and that worked, or did you vary your shutter speeds and then come to this shutter speed for the effect that it had? You have to unmute yourself, Brian. If
having a bad night. I had a medical procedure on Monday and I'm still recovering, so I'm a little distracted. But I normally, when I take these kinds of shots, I go through a variety of f-stops to get a shot. So I would expect that I did the former.
So you were shooting aperture priority and varying the f-stop, which then of course forced the shutter speed to vary.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and so in your variations, then this is the water effect that you decided and went with, because I like the effect of that swirling effect of the water. Yeah.
What is Lynn seeing here? Too bright or too dark?
She's toning that down.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, Lynn.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a little too bright right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's competing with all these beautiful wavy thingies, so
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit.
But yeah, I think your composition is fine with this. I like the grouping of rocks, that you have there, that you included that one in the lower right, and the other ones. I'm it the white area of the waves where the swirls are happening gives you a very nice diagonal across this image, almost corner to corner, which I enjoy looking at compositionally.
Where was this, Brian?
And that rock in the bottom, just kind of anchors that and makes it stops it from just being too much white going off into the corner in this instance.
Looks like Maine.
That is exactly what it was, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was thinking it
shadows
might be.
again. It was a little dark. You're
all right.
Clipping here. I mean, the white waves you're going to clip. It's hard not to clip the white waves, but your rocks were a little too dark, and they are a little blue too, but the water's blue, so it's not that noticeable.
Yeah.
Where do you see clipping in the dark? I don't see clipping on the left.
Right here.
See that white triangle?
Yeah.
When that triangle is white, that tells you
where it was.
That your shadows are clipped.
Triangle. Look at where the blue is. That's clipping.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I just pulled it.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
A tad.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, and
yeah,
here's again where the blue is in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
See, bye blue.
Yeah, but you got to be careful not to take it out of the water.
Yeah.
When you do it that way,
yeah,
you have to be careful not to take it out. You would want to do it on a mask.
Right.
So as to not affect the water. You want to keep the blue in the water, but you'd want to mask the rocks and take a little bit of the blue out of the rocks with a mask.
All right, on to the next one. This is called Falling. And this one is Sylvia's, and the score is 24.6.
That looks like a moonlight shot.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, this is another one where it's, very artistic, in nature, the way it's presented. If you notice on the histogram, the blacks have been raised a little bit, which is kind of giving you this artistic, unusual effect. You guys see how it doesn't get all the way to the black on the left side.
Not clipping.
Not clipping, but that's also part of that visual effect that you're seeing that's giving it that artistic, almost a little bit of a painterly look versus the photographic look. That's part of what how that's happening. Also, the same thing on the other end. If you look at the other end of the histogram that Lynn just had up, look at how far short the highlights fall on the other end. So the fact that you see how that histogram is kind of compressed in on either end there, that's giving you that visual impact look that you see when you look at this, and everybody looked at it and said, wow.
It's like a little spooky inside a rainforest or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great shutter speed chosen
Magical.
for this, very ethereal effect, in the water.
3.2 seconds.
Yeah. How long, Lynn?
3.2 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice.
Sylvia, was it really dark, or did you have an ND filter on?
I didn't have an ND filter on it, and some of it I think in the processing, I think I was sort of trying to achieve that somewhat. I was feeling a little dark, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't have an ND filter on. I don't think. I'm pretty sure not, but I can't swear to it. I may have, actually.
Hey, Lynn?
Yeah.
Bring up just slightly from the bottom. There's like one white spot down at the bottom. Yeah, right there. Yep. And that, I like that soft glowing look that you do, Sylvia.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit too much darkness at the bottom here, so it brings you right into this part right here that's so pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. The on the very top of it, it has like on the left side of the very top. Yeah, it almost looks like you can see through to the rock. Well, you can see through to the rock, which gives it, which gives it adds to that spooky sense.
Yeah, it's kind of a mysterious,
I guess part here
feel about it.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one. This one is taking a detour around the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
This one is Sylvia's, and the score is 23.3. I think I would
drop down from the top.
Down more, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Right there.
Because then you've got this like lovely S curve thing going on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, see if you want to do something about the contrast or something. This one is kind of appearing flat. Try this, Lynn. Go to the dehaze slider and push the dehaze slider. Let's see what that does for this image.
Left to right.
To the right.
It needs more white though.
Mm-hmm. There.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, it's bringing out more. This image, where that shape is based. If you want it there, see, we're enhancing the structure of the image, the texture of the water, to bring that shape out that I know was the shape that caught your eye in this image, in the first place. Yeah, it's okay. This is one of those where the other image that you just had is killing this image.
I like the other one better too.
This gives it contrast.
Yeah, there's sometimes when you put two in together, and one is a real knockout, it kills whatever else you put in after it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's something Doris used to do a lot.
Yeah, Robert always calls that the Doris effect.
Well, I consider that a compliment.
There you go.
To come after Doris.
All right, on to the next one. Fantastic show. This one is Lee wins, and the score is 24.7. I wonder if this is where she fell in the ocean.
No way.
I almost lost Lee Win. She fell in the actual ocean and got shoved out the shore.
But
yeah,
you're not coming back from that
She almost got drowned.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Did she get hit by a wave, or did she just lose her footing?
An unexpected wave.
Her
and took her
hands,
right
her
out
arm,
the shore with her
everything was
camera
great.
gear on and everything.
What happened
So
to
she
what
lost
happened
her
to her
camera?
camera?
I guess it was all right. I don't know. I didn't ask that part. I was just glad she was all right.
Wow.
Her and HJ and the guide were on their way out to the water, and another wave came and threw her right back onto the shore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't here. Here you're not getting back up.
Yeah, no, that's true. It was a place where there were rocks, but I don't think it was this place.
Right.
Yeah. That there looks brutal right there.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the complementary colors going on in this one work, and the shutter speed chosen for that the look of that water is
only 1/10 of a second, believe it or not.
Is very nice. Yeah.
That means the water is really moving fast.
When
much cotton candy look when you're only going at 1/10 of a second.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. I was struggling for a descriptive word, and you nailed it. Cotton candy. Yes, I love that cotton candy look. Yeah, and that sweeping curve of those rocks across the foreground there. That just you can work your way up from that curve right up to that big crashing wave and everything there.
And I want to know what's back here. And there's a mountain back here.
Yeah, there's a
Even got
there's a
spray
there's
in
a
the
great
background,
big
too.
there's a great big visual path to follow from that lower right hand corner up to what's on the left edge, which is interesting, and then back into the frame across to the right again.
Looks like Hawaii, maybe.
Yeah.
Lynn, can you focus, zoom in on sort of the down there, up just on the edge of those rocks in the way? Yeah, right there. There's a line of something that goes in the waves there. Almost looks like footsteps on the waves. It's kind of trying to, and I guess that's just the wave is. But
the waves, it's the foam. It's the way the foam is, yeah.
Yeah, but when I was looking at it, I could just see like footprints on the waves.
It's like
walking through the waves.
it's like the dunes in Death Valley in the winter.
Well, to take pictures like this, you have to get out of Florida.
Yeah, kind of.
True.
Yeah.
Or Stewart.
Yeah, nicely done.
Yes.
Next one is Wave. This one Isley wins, and the score is 23.8.
I wish you were here to ask her about this. This is a very fascinating image with the lighting in it.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's it looks like it's a night shot where there might have been lights shining out into the water.
Because it looks like there's stars. I don't know if that's water. It must be water.
Those are seagulls.
Seagulls, yeah.
Those are seagulls.
Those are seagulls? Oh,
Yeah, they're seagulls.
Guess so. Look, has a spotlight on it or something.
Yeah, I know. This has a very strong visual impact.
Right.
This is definitely attention grabbing in what in the shape, the form, the contrast of that wave in that dark background, framed around it. This really grabbed my attention visually when I saw it, and that's a good thing.
I mean, it almost looks like like the car lights are shining on the beach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I wish she was here to ask her about it, but regardless, it's very fascinating to look at this.
All right. Next one is Sunset in Motion, and the score's it's mine, and it's 23.1. I was debating about putting this one in or not, so I mean, we're talking very little motion here, obviously. But I like the way the waves made the reflections kind of flow through the water.
It's pure abstraction. Yep, it's pure, and pure abstraction with complementary colors and nice shapes. There is no focal point. There is no subject. There is no story. It's just pure visual abstraction.
Stormy day in the Gulf.
Actually, it was a very sunny day on the Gulf.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this was Karen was there, and Tori was there. This was a Longboat Key.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. Next one is Taking a Dive. This one is Kathy's, and the score is 23.8.
I have to say, when I looked at this, my first impression was not that this was an image of water in motion. My first impression was it was a bird's butt, and then I saw water in motion. From what the assignment, it's a cool image, but as far as from what the assignment is, I think the rear end of the bird overshadows the fact that the assignment was about moving water.
You know where that tail is at the end? That looks like a person with a hood, and they got a black arm coming out of their sleeve there.
A little pareidolia going on right here
with some oil or something.
Let let's see,
mouse.
Let's see the histogram on that one, Lynn. Looks like the blacks have been raised in this one as well. Yeah,
definitely.
There is a few black places, but overall, you see where the big peak on the histogram is, which is most of that, background is, it's not a black background. It's a low contrast, super dark gray background, which is kind of interesting. I just want to see, Lynn, if you change if you take the black slider and just push it left and actually bring those peaks on the histogram, down there. I do like this better. What do you guys think?
I do too. Well, the birds, it takes away the bird a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let us see the before and after with what you did with the black slider, Lynn. Yeah, so it has a low contrast, almost like a lens flare, or like looking through a dirty windshield at sunrise or something when that happens.
Yeah, that was just a choice. I was playing around with it. I had it this way, and
I just wanted to see comparatively, and see if we actually made turn the background into black. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jim. I saw the bird first before I saw the splash.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't going to ruin the picture.
Sorry. Yeah, kind of you chop the bird off and be kind of like, what the heck's going on here?
I will say this, in some instances for this assignment, I got the impression that people didn't go out to photograph water in motion, that people found pictures of birds that happen to have water in motion in a bird picture. and we see that a couple times in here tonight, that I get the idea that it was a bird picture that happened to have moving water in it.
That's the case here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, hold on one second. I had to do some catch up here real quick. I forgot to do the scoring thing. The next couple of people.
Can anyone explain, like, real quick, how your voting process is when you're judging the pictures? Do all three just look through all the images and just grade them?
Yes.
Do you know whose picture it is when you're giving your judgments?
No.
No. So you don't know whose picture it is.
I mean, technically, Robert and Jim do, because they have the score sheet in front of them.
We have the score sheet that we're filling the scores in, and the artist's name is with the picture, but that has absolutely no bearing on the judging.
Yeah.
At least not.
The third judge doesn't see the names at all.
I was going to say, I've never, most of the time, once in a while, people forget to put their information in the, but most of the time not. You don't know who's.
Well, and some folks put their name in the title on the image, and I take it out. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of times, if it's Jim McWilliams,
Yeah.
Let's say it's gotten to a point now where like I say, I don't look at the score sheet at first. The image comes up and I do not know whose image it is. Right. I look it over, I evaluate it, whatever, I come up with my scoring, what I think about it. And then I have the score sheet on a completely different monitor over to the side. And then I go over there to enter a score. And that's when I see the artist's, name that goes with the picture. But so many of you have consciously or unconsciously developed a style that these pictures come up and I know who it is without ever looking at the score sheet.
Okay, guys, let's move on. It's already 8:30. We've got a lot more to go.
Okay.
All right, this one is oops, forgot the name.
I love that one.
Nothing But Water. And this one is Roy's. right? No, no, wait a minute. I've lost my track here. Okay. It is Roy's, and the score is 23.1.
At least it's not upside down.
No, that's Roy. That was Ron.
Yeah.
That was Ron, not Roy.
Yeah, this is a very fascinating and engaging image, for sure. Again, this is another one of those instances where I think, okay, I see a bird picture that happens to have some moving water, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Not to detract from the fact that, like I say, it is a really cool image.
Yep.
But I don't think this was originally photographed with the intent of moving water assignment.
This bird is a little on
More
the blue
splash,
side
less
too.
bird.
What'd you say, Lee?
More splash, less bird. More cowbell.
More splash, less bird. Okay. Do you understand that, Roy?
Yes.
It's a great
couple
image.
things when you're looking at birds or wildlife at all, and you want moving water, you can't go look. It has to happen while you're taking pictures. You can't go look for it. I've taken thousands of pictures, and only a few have water. And you'll see later. I got another one where the bird is blacked out a little bit more, but I don't think you'd have context of what this picture is and what the water is without a little bit of the bird in there.
Mm-hmm. So when you went out and photographed this, your intent was to photograph moving water and using birds as the means of creating moving water?
What I'm saying is I've taken, lots and lots of bird pictures, and very seldom do you get anything like moving water or anything. It's, it's an exception, a small percentage of anything you ever get water like this, and especially close enough.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, then that's not the one to use for this particular subject.
Right. Assignment. Yeah.
Assignment, yeah. Because I agree, it's a great picture, but
yeah. I mean, the eye is like
for the assignment.
I'm looking. I'm not even paying attention to the water. I got this.
Yeah, the bird is
every second, every time I look at the picture.
It's a fantastic bird behavior photograph.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right, on to the next one. This one is waiting for the next drop, and this is Lee's, and the score is 24.7.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a technical setup?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you borrow stuff from Helga?
No, it was a turkey baster.
Oh, wow.
I knew you were going to do. I knew you were going to do that, Lee, but mine sucked. I didn't have a good one.
I tried to do it. I tried to do it too, and mine were terrible. Did you use lights, Lee? Did you use some kind of lighting?
Yeah, I did food coloring and milk in the water for the drop.
Yeah.
And then I set up a backdrop, a colorful backdrop that hit the water in the pan.
Yeah, I tried to do it with just an LED light, but I didn't have enough light that I could ever get anything that looked that good. That's great.
Mine didn't work.
Yeah, you accomplished you accomplished it very well, and what you captured in this one. What did I hear you say? You took about 1,000 photos.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, like I say, that sounds about right. But this was a great choice for submission out of those 1,000 photos.
Did you have any red milk left to drink?
No.
Yeah, very fascinating shapes going on, and that perfectly levitating drop.
Oh yeah.
Of that, really, that's the icing on the cake in this image.
Thank you.
Really good.
Hey, Lee, did you ever see Tony Gomes?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut, but I think Robert would have a lot more to say about this one.
Absolutely.
Right, good or bad?
Interesting.
Well, like on a side trip.
Yeah. Oh God. Don't even start, Jim.
I'm not. I said I'm not going to say anything, but I know Robert would.
I know where you're going with that one.
So, Lee, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How did you focus on where the water drop hit the water? Because that was my biggest issue when I tried this. I could not get it to focus properly.
So I took a straw and I put it up to the bottom of where the water was coming out of the turkey baster, and just
Okay.
And
focused
did
on the
you
straw.
did you put the camera in manual focus and then just leave it stay focused on that point?
What? Yeah, I used the autofocus to get it onto the
Right.
straw,
Mhm.
And then put
switched
put it in manual so that it stays, focused.
Yes.
You weren't trying to autofocus on the drops as it was happening. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes, correct. I switched
Okay.
it to manual. Yep.
Yeah, and I
stayed
don't
every
know
time.
if you tried to do the same thing, Tori, but that's the trick.
Yeah.
Focus
that's
at
what
that
I
point.
did.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did too. So, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. No.
Okay.
Okay, and see, he's using a 1, 2. It's really pretty slow shutter speed considering what you're doing here. I'm surprised.
Well, is that
Flash.
because he's syncing
Because of
with
the flash.
so that's the
That's
flash
right.
sync
He's
speed.
thinking with flash, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
two
not
flashes.
the shutter speed that's freezing it.
Yeah,
it's
the
the
flash, yeah.
it's the flash duration
Right.
that's freezing it. That was probably, depending on your flash power, maybe actually exposing at about a 10,000th of a second or something.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
That's neat.
All right, on to the next one. This is called Crown and Cloak. I like this title.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's also Lee's, and the score for this one was 24.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Well
Looks
done.
alive.
Dude, do me a favor, Lynn. Bring the top down some and the bottom up a little bit. Make a panorama of this for me, because I think there's a lot of negative space around this one that,
Yeah.
I think now you have much more impact with this one without all that negative space top and bottom, the empty space. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Got a sensor spot right here, dude.
Oh,
Couple
yeah. Add a bunch of them.
Right here too.
Splash, splash, splash.
Flash, will bring it out.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice.
Very good.
All right, next one is Falling Water. This one is Loris's, and the score is 24.6.
Very neat. Good idea.
Looks refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love hearing the comments of the impressions people get when they see this, because that says a lot of, about this image, that people are seeing it and spouting out impressions that they get from it. That means this is really working well, with the visual impact it has with the audience.
Nothing negative about the image, but because we were talking about the birds overpowering the water in the other picture, is not the leaf overpowering the image, the water in this one? Devil's advocate here.
I was curious to see, just with exactly what you're talking about, I would like to see it cropped to just below where the stream of water at the top is, to cut that out and bring it down, to there.
That works.
Now, I think that addresses what you were talking about, and I had the same thought and wanted to see it like this, because I was thinking the same thing about the leaf. Now, overall, I say, if you were just like submitting this as a stock photo, or whatever, yeah, you'd put the whole thing on it. But as Lynn was saying, in terms of this assignment, I think this works better.
Yeah, we were back and forth about it when we're working on it.
Is that just water, or is that? It has almost like a syrupy.
Nope, it's just water.
Just water. Okay,
That's
cool.
just the shutter speed, the shutter speed, or the flash the flash duration is making it look like that. Mm-hmm.
I also found the tip to put glycerin in the water to make it a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
Looks like an advert for Coca tea.
Yeah, nice concept. Yep. Yep, well done.
All right, next one is Dripping Rose. This one is also Lourdes's, and the score on this one is, oops, wait a minute. What happened here? Something happened. There it goes. 23.4.
Yeah. For me, this is another example of what we were referring to as the Doris effect earlier. Compared to what we just saw, this image feel the water and everything going on, it feels kind of haphazard and sloppy. By comparison to what we just saw.
I'm like drawing on my computer.
What are you drawing on your screen, Lynn?
I don't know how I did that, but again,
Are you
I
making
don't know,
annotations?
I was just trying to see if this would be better.
I definitely think that that I think that improved with the salmon stuff, but I still think in this case the shape of the water, it's not visually engaging with what's happening with the water in this one, versus the other one. This, you see how it's kind of like slopping over the side of the bowl or the cup over there on the side, and just random drops of water everywhere in random shapes. This is it looks very haphazard and messy kind of water versus what we saw in the previous shot.
All right, next one is The Last Flourish.
Ooh.
And this one is Ron's, and the score is 24.7, and it is right side up.
You guys did good with these water drops. I'm jealous. We need to have a class.
Yeah. Again,
so hard.
Yeah, nicely done. The colors in this one work well.
Mm-hmm.
Do me a favor, Lynn. Just let me see it with just a little crop down from the top.
Hold on, I was getting rid of the drawing.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how I clicked on that, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me when.
A little more, right there.
Yeah, that's better.
No, and Ron, the score. Oh, I did say the score. Okay, I'm losing I had a long day today too, so guys, I'm kind of out of it.
We had a long day together.
Yeah.
Don't take that the way it may have sounded.
Yeah.
we were on a job together today. A very long
This kind
job.
of looks like the princess with her
long hair,
her cape flowing in the wind.
Do me one.
That was exactly my impression. It was like a flourish of throwing off a cape.
Yeah.
Do me one quick favor, Lynn. Just grab your remove tool and go to the. Yeah, there you go. Make it be a brush, and just go over to the right hand side where there's just a streak of blue going out of the frame. There, that.
Well, sorry, got the AI on. Sorry. But guys, the AI, when you use the AI on this, I know it's very slow, but it has a tendency to make less of a mess of your picture in terms of a big blob. Oh, and another thing, when you do these things, if you get a golden circle here, click on it and update it, because it's going to change. It'll take away some of the blobs too. If you do things in a weird order, this little circle right here will turn gold. And you just click on it and it says update, and you just update it, and it takes away the blobs.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's very nice.
Alrighty. Next one is The Wake. And this one is Karen's, and the score is 23.5. I remember this.
The bright spot at the top is taking me away from the action in this one.
That's the sunset.
Yeah, but it's still that bright spot is where my eye wants to go, but the interesting moving water is in the bottom part of the frame.
So would you crop it out or
possibly?
That looks
more.
weird.
Yeah.
That looks
It's still
weird.
very bright up there. Yeah, just see if you can come down even more with that.
Well, how about if we did this?
Yeah, put some radial gradient. Put some radial
Possibly,
gradients on,
yeah.
on the splash.
Mhm.
On the wake.
Use your white slider and your and then your highlight slider, and then yeah, okay. And yeah, it would need more feathering as well. It's a little harsh, but yeah, that you get the idea there. You're giving folks the idea with that.
And maybe just a little bit of
And then
yellow.
and then put a radial gradient, right in all the churning water that's blue in the foreground and lighten it. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Put it, center it a little better, but yeah, you get and yeah, stretch it right out through the bottom of the frame. Yeah, it missed the you got a kind of a triangular shape of water there, and your oval missed the
And the other side.
yeah. I keep wanting to grab my mouse and distort your oval.
Sorry.
I'm
like
doing
that?
But
No,
but
you're
look to
focused on the one on the right.
you're still missing. Yeah.
What?
This one right
Oh,
there.
this?
Yeah.
Oh, I see
yeah.
what you're talking about now. All
Yeah,
right. I
you're
missed
missing
that part. I'm so
Yeah,
busy
because
trying to
you've
move
got
things around.
there's a great triangular shape of
Yeah,
that
right
water
here.
down there, and you're missing the right side of the lower right side of the triangle. But
just do a
but you
circle.
guys get the idea.
Yeah.
And I took a little bit of the blue out. Just a tad
Even
of it.
though yeah.
All right.
So we started here.
Yeah, even though the oval missed the target, we get the idea.
Sorry. My
Hey,
driving
Lena.
isn't very good today.
Lynn, at the top right, there's
Yeah.
some little black
Post.
line. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a pole right there, a channel marker. Bye bye channel marker. And there's actually one right here too.
Oh yeah, you can barely see.
Watch those edges, guys. All right, back to the next one, and this is Drops of Water. This is Jack's, and the score is 23.3.
That's a great black and white graphic image and whatnot. The moving water is maybe about 3% of the image, though. It's about 97% not moving water and about 3% moving water.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, but you have to take into consideration the Brownian motion, so it's all moving.
Yeah. Do me a favor, Lynn. Just give me a square crop right in the top of the glass around the water. Just out of curiosity, give me a square there. Yeah.
That's not really a square, but a bigger square. You want the edges of the glass?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Include the edges of the glass. You gotta pull it down a little bit, but you have to. Yeah, you almost got it. Okay, let's just look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we got a little bit more about water moving.
Now it's 5%.
This and this, and then this moving.
Yeah, like I say, the overall image itself is a very impactful, nice black and white image for what it is. For terms of the assignment, it's a very tiny little bit of moving water, but you did well capturing it and exposing it.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is did you use a flash, Jack, or not? Was this at 1/4000th of a second?
Not for this one. I did not use a flash on this one. I used it on the next one, but this one was backlit and then had lights on the front as well, both anterior and posterior.
So guys, see,
my intention was to make something that was in the form of fine art.
So and I agree. You accomplished, yes, you did accomplish an image in the form of fine art. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, but I understand your message about not having enough of the moving water, and I guess I didn't focus in on that part.
Oh no! If this assignment were fine art, black and white, that image was fantastic. If for that.
Just so you guys saw Lee's were shot at like 1/250th of a second, but he had a flash. This one was shot without the flash. It does have some light on the front, but it's a 1/4000th of a second. So you can see, you can catch these with the right lighting and a fast enough shutter speed.
Without getting noisy. There's no noise.
It's at 6400, but I'm sure you denoised it, right, Jack?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Don't worry about the ISO. You can denoise things.
Yeah.
Next one is Gushing Rocks. This is Jim McWilliam, and the score is 23.4.
Mm-hmm. Yep. When you focus in tight on this, I know where this is and what this is. It actually does. Yep. In his image here, it does look like the rocks are spitting the water. In reality, it's cascading down over the top of it, but it does look the way it's composed and shot here, like the water is spitting out from the crevices of the rocks.
Where is that?
That's at University of Tampa.
Yeah. It's the base of the fountain.
Yes.
The base of the bell tower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I wanted to not do the rivers and the waterfalls. Not that there's many waterfalls around here, but the rivers and the running water and the coastlines. I was trying to do something different. I like that.
Oh yeah, you did. Yep.
It makes for a good abstract too.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I think the color is a little overwhelming.
Yeah. I try to play. I mean, that orange is really the color of the rock.
That is the color of the stonework there.
But the color is taking me away from the water.
Yeah.
With it black and white, it's not. I see the water now.
I like what you did with the black and white.
Yeah.
So we started here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either that or take this down. I mean, it just seems almost too bright. So either take the saturation.
I played around with desaturating the color of the rock somewhat.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I couldn't really decide.
Right.
Yeah.
I
like the black and white treatment.
Yeah, the black and white just seems to make a big difference. And I jacked up the whites. It almost took the whites to, I'm clipping a little bit. And then I took the blacks up to clip a little bit on that side as well, just to give you more contrast in between the, like actually give you more stuff in the, am I going to take it down now? That's too much. But yeah, I like the black and white best. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next one is Washing the Sled. This is also Jim's, and the score is 24.1.
Hey, Lynn, what was that title again?
Washing the Sled.
Okay.
Sled, like SLED.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just missed what you said.
Jim,
interesting,
fun. I know washing, but why the sled?
Concept.
That's just a phrase I use a lot.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get the sled washed tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to do something different.
And he wears a red suit when he washes the sled.
Which is reflected in the top.
Do me a couple favors, Lynn. I'd like to see a few modifications on this. First, just give me a crop and pull in from the right past the past that open it right. Yeah, right there. Stop right there. You got it. And now on your push your black slider to the left for me. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Much more menacing
yeah.
now. Yeah.
I'd say
What is
from
this?
the
Is
left
this?
too.
Now, really,
what is that in there, Jim? Is that
Billboard?
That's still Mabry Highway, actually.
Oh,
That's
okay. I was like,
that's the opening at the end of the car wash.
okay. I was like,
Yeah.
is that a license plate?
That's the light at the end of the tunnel.
It's the light at the end of the
Okay.
tunnel. Exactly.
Now I see it. And I, it's like I thought these were words. That those are those little thingies hanging down, right?
Yeah, that's like a giant chamois comes down and drags the car off.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a
I've taken lots of
billboard.
these kind of pictures of the car wash. Mine never came out like this.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
Lynn, pulling from the left,
I
too.
like seeing creativity.
Yeah, well, and Jim McWilliams is the king of creativity.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You should have seen the pictures from the bathroom that I didn't submit.
Oh, please.
Good judgment.
Wait,
For editing.
Pictures of the toilet flushing.
Yeah.
Thank you for the laugh, Jim.
Yes.
Very much for the comments.
Okay, this one is. Where am I? I lost my. Oh, this is Splash. This is Jax, and the score is 24.
What was the name of it?
Splash.
Huh.
Yeah, very
That's different.
Yeah, very interesting. I like the bold colors, contrasting the distraction for me with this one is the shadow on the background, the purple shadow. And so that tells me you were lighting, from the front and out to the side. A lot of times this type of thing is photographed not by lighting the subject with the water itself, but by lighting the background. And then you don't get the shadows, but the light comes off the background and through the subject from behind, where your background actually becomes the light source for the image. And you don't have the shadows when you have your light, on the front side of your subject. If you don't illuminate the subject with the light when it's clear water or liquid like this, and you light the background and then let the background become the light source to backlight the subject, that's the technique that's often used for doing something like this.
I think I've been watching too much of the Olympics. I see a hockey player right here.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I see it now too.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I did it both ways, Jim. Guys,
Oh, you did? Okay.
Looking at what you're looking at now is backlit. That is, it's on a white light, and I had a flash as well, and that's what helped catch the. That's why I was able to shoot it at a slower speed.
So what caused the shadow?
The flash caused the shadow.
Yeah, the flash was
The flash caused the shadow on the white white.
Right, like I say, but you can use the flash on the white background, and then the white background becomes a backlight source through the image.
Exactly, and I did it both ways without the flash, and quite frankly, I thought the shadow added another perspective to it. I liked the shadow. I thought it gave it depth, but I guess I miscalculated here. But I left the shadow. I have a lot of these shots in different forms.
Yeah, because I really like seeing what's spilling out of the glass on the left side, but the pattern of the shadow, competes with. Well, that kind of helps, Lynn. But yeah, the shadow interrupts and intersects that water and looks like a cherry or whatever that is very interesting on that side of the image.
Yeah, I just took the color out of that background, and that I think that helps a little bit. Because basically it's so it actually pulls my eye right over to that pinkish part here, especially. And there's whatever this is, I'm not sure what that is, but without that color, I mean, obviously you'd have to do a better job because I took some color out of this too, but
Yeah.
I just
No,
think
that was
yeah.
helpful in.
Yeah. At the very least, get rid of the color.
Well, I'll pull out that picture and bring it to you next time.
Okay.
I've got over 500 of these
Oh, yeah.
variations of this shot with no color, plenty color, less color. And that's the one I picked.
It is
and I
great
guess
fun to experiment like this, and
Yeah.
it is a great learning process.
Certainly is. Anyway,
Just tell the hockey player he's missing the puck. It's right there. All right, next one is yeah. Cell Geland Floss. It's in Iceland. I can't speak Icelandic.
You did a good job. You did a good job.
This is Frank's and the score is 24.5.
I've seen a lot of pictures of this waterfall, but this is one of the most visually impactful images I have seen of, probably 1,000 images I've seen of this waterfall. I like it from this angle, and that is the most vivid, saturated rainbow I've ever seen, of the very few rainbows I've ever seen in pictures of this waterfall. And I've never seen a rainbow from this viewing angle on that. I've seen some rainbows from other viewing angles on it, but not from this angle. So that's pretty impressive, Frank.
Yeah, you don't get to see it unless you kind of like look at the sun and then figure out where it's going to be and then walk there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you were standing in front of the waterfall, you don't get to see a rainbow.
Yep. If you understand how atmospheric optical phenomena work, you'll know that the center of a rainbow always appears at the anti-solar point with respect to the viewer, which basically what that means. What that means is you need to, if the sun is directly behind your head, the rainbow will be directly in front of your eyes. Okay. That's what that means.
And also, doesn't this waterfall like face south? Did you have to be there quite early in the morning?
It was sunset, actually. Or no, it was that. Well, it was the morning. You're right. It was the morning. I forgot. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I tried to do this and it didn't work.
No, you're right. And it was also September. So
nice.
Yeah, the months make a difference.
So it like lined up nicely.
Yeah.
Because if you go in like December, if you go, it's hard. You can only get it at some times of year too.
Right. And for those who don't know, see that part on the right, that black part, underneath the rainbow to the right, that's where you can actually walk behind this waterfall.
Yeah, I've seen those views looking out from behind it.
Yeah.
Which are fascinating, and they're always full of people.
Yeah.
And full of water spots.
Yeah, there's actually a person or a sign right there.
And the other thing to remember about rainbows too is the closer the sun is to the horizon, the higher the rainbow reaches, and the higher the sun gets, the lower to the ground the rainbow goes. And then once the sun becomes any more than 42 degrees above the horizon, the rainbow can't be there at all. The rainbow basically like goes into the ground once the sun goes above 42 degrees, I think.
Yeah. I find myself when looking at, I love the waterfall and the rainbow, and I want to just look at that, and my brain keeps saying, what is that thing out in the prairie?
It's a house.
It's a house.
And a bridge.
It's a little house.
Yeah.
It is a house, yeah.
It's a little house on the prairie.
Prairie, right.
With a really good view of a waterfall.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, is all the stuff about the rainbow going to be on the test?
Well, no. If you want to make photographs of rainbows, these are facts to know. Yeah.
Well, and you can catch people out when they do sky replacement, because sometimes people do like a sky replacement and they'll have a sunset in the background here, and then they'll have a big old rainbow in front of it.
A rainbow in front of a sunset never happens in reality.
Yeah. All right. Awesome one, Frank. Here's the next one. He just wants to make me having tongue-tiedness tonight. I can never say
Multnomah
this one.
Falls.
Multnomah
Falls in Oregon.
Multnomah.
Mm-hmm.
And this one again is Frank's, and the score on this one is 24.2.
How much should you pay the guy to stand there perfectly like that?
Not enough to buy him a bright yellow jacket.
There's always somebody there on that bridge.
Yeah, yeah. I did take away a tripod that there's a woman and she had a tripod with her, so I did take away her tripod.
No, I really enjoy looking at this because this again is another one I've seen a lot of images of, but yet yours has a different look and feel to it. This image has a nice pastel kind of a softness to it, almost like a watercolor painting effect when I look at it. And I'm so used to seeing high contrast black and white images of this or super saturated color images of this that are very contrasty, and your soft low contrast, like I say, almost like a watercolor feel to it is really enjoyable to me to see it that way.
It almost has an Orton effect to it.
It does. It actually does have the Orton effect to it. I mean, I go for the Hudson School, those artists. That's what inspires me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice.
Next one
I would take that on my wall.
Shapes of Rain. This is Judy Lanes, and the score is 22.3.
Mm-hmm.
Judy's is back in the club. She's been away for a year or so, and she's trying to get back into photography. So be kind.
No, I
like it.
I looked at the I looked at the people online tonight, and I said, "Oh wow, there's Judy. I haven't seen her in forever." So yeah, that's great. So, was this actually rain, or is this like a fountain or something with water falling? Is Judy still here?
Well, it looks like we lost her. She was here earlier. Yep, she's gone.
She couldn't hang out long enough. Okay, yeah, I was questioning that. The color of the water has has like a swimming pool kind of a color to it, and what the source of the water is, I'm not sure. I think it feels a little off balance, with the composition. Can you try cropping it in from the left for me, Lynn? And we don't have to make it be, like centered in a vertical image, but just bring it in somewhat from the left. Yeah, there. Yeah. That's. I think it was, just too much out there, but I don't think it needs to be symmetrical with that stuff falling down the middle either. I kind of like it on that 1/3. I like the color.
Yeah.
It's,
I like the color adds to it.
I say like I say, it looks like a swimming pool color or whatever, but it's a soothing aqua.
Right.
At first glance, I thought it was inside the water, watching bubbles go up.
It does have that look like inside of an aquarium with with the air bubbles coming up inside of a fish tank. If you look away and look back at it, you could imagine that it's inside of a fish tank with and it's bubbles in a fish tank.
All right, next one is Empty Splash.
Mm-hmm.
This one is Roy's, and the score is 23.
Yeah, I will say in this case, we definitely have a lot more water in motion going on, and it is more of an obvious subject in this one versus the other one that we saw with the bird. In this case, the water is what you see first. It's the lightest, brightest part. The bird is almost blacked out as a silhouette. And in this case, it does, with that effect, it's more like the bird is somewhat of a supporting element to the water in this one. This one works better than the other one.
All right. The other one, the eye was so prominent that the eye.
Right.
You gotta always remember that, the living things are going to pull your eye away from everything else. And if that's prominent, then that's going to affect your subject. So, but this one, you can barely see the eye. You could see that it's a bird and the eye is visible, but it's much darker than the water.
Yeah.
So the water is prominent.
Yeah. In terms of our assignment, this one works, much better. Do me a favor, Lynn. I just want to see, go ahead and bring the crop down from the top to like a little bit above the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think we needed all that, at the top. This makes it even more prominent. You could even bring it up a little bit from the bottom as well. Yeah, there.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, we could still see enough of the bird to know that it's a bird, but now the water is just almost looks like a sculpture.
Yes. Yeah, this in terms of the assignment, this one works for me. I don't have the problem with this one that I had with the other one. I'm waiting to see if Brian's going to speak up about something in that. There is a little bit of halo around that bird, especially around the leg.
Yeah.
It's a wide halo. Yeah. It's not too distracting. I wondered if Brian was going to catch that or not.
So how is that? Well, my question would be, that's just the light behind it coming through. How is it a halo?
No, back out. You have to back out, Lynn, to see it. Now do you see it? Look around the leg.
It is backlit some, so.
But also look on the edge of the frame and no, don't zoom in.
Oh.
Zoom out. Now look on the right edge of the frame. That right edge of the frame, that right there. See how dark that is? Then it turns light. Then you see the leg. Then it turns light, and then it darkens again. There's a halo there that's almost the same width of the leg on either side of the leg.
Oh, really?
And also going up the beak on the other side. Yeah. It's not, like I say, for a lot of people, it might not even be noticeable.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it either.
For me, it jumps off the screen.
I see a little bit right here.
Yes, there it is. Yep, it's there and it's around the leg. Yep. Yep. It's wide. It's a very wide. Yeah. It's not a narrow, high contrast halo like this is a wider, lower contrast halo, but it is there.
You don't notice it because the water's the star.
Yep, exactly.
All right, moving on, guys. It's getting late.
Yep.
This is the pour. This is Ron's, and the score is 24.5.
Nicely done.
Yep.
Yeah, and especially not only working with water but glassware. Yeah, glass is a difficult thing to deal with, and it's been dealt with very well here. This is technically well done, and the composition, moving from one corner up through and out the other corner, that the line that you follow with this, that's very nicely composed. This is technically well done.
And because there's so much more water, even though there's a lot of glass, it's still appropriate for the assignment.
Oh, you can follow the water all the way from the top right through the neck of the bottle, down through the glass, and all the way into the glass to the bottom left. You follow that flow with your eye. That's great.
You guys are always so complimentary of the ones I put together in like half an hour right before I have to
Don't
submit.
tell us that. See if you don't overthink them, Ron, they work better.
So we now know that Ron works best under pressure.
Work would say I work only under pressure. But...
All right, next one is a drop in the bucket. This is Tori's, and the score is 24.2.
That's a fascinating color palette in this one that I think works well. They're kind of on the pastel side, not that super saturated, rich color. This doesn't look like, what I normally see done with this stuff. Oh, sorry, guys. Alexa is telling me I have to pay my bills now. So.
Bad timing.
Yeah, thank you, Alexa. But yeah, no, that's that. Tell us what you did to get those colors reflected in the water, Tori.
Actually, it is a kid's tent that I put behind the bucket so that the light hit the tent and reflects in the water.
Very nice.
Basically all it is. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a big black bucket with water in it. And I also took, I don't know how many hundreds of pictures, but to get it sharp. And I mean, this is not even sharp, but this was the sharpest I could find. And it was hard to get it focused, but it was an interesting project. It was really
A
fun.
learning experience, and
Yes.
yeah, very creatively done.
And what lighting did you use, Tori?
I had lights everywhere. I had like a side light and a front light and a back light. Yeah, I know they're all reflecting in that water drop right there. So
yeah,
it
I
was
looked
hard
at
to
that and said, "Wow, look at all the lights."
Yeah. I just couldn't get it light enough. I mean, all of them just got so dark, so I just kept adding lights. So yeah. So the water drop is lit up real nice.
Yep, this working like this will teach you a lot.
Yep.
Yes. I had no idea it was going to be that hard to catch a water drop like that. It was very difficult. It was very challenging.
Well, thank you. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Next one is tranquil to turbulent. This is Susan's, and the score is 22.6.
This click like back to the rocks in the back, Lynn. Yeah. Zoom in. This kind of looks like camera shake going on.
Susan, were you on a tripod or handheld?
I was handheld.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you grab the rock out, Lynn.
Yep. And and color wise, there's a lot of purple in the water. Yeah. No, wow. That helped.
Yep.
Yeah, I was disturbed by that, that kind of unnatural magenta color that was going on in the water. But that dealt with that. This might be one that, where there's some camera motion in there or whatever, that, more artistic processing to exaggerate that might be interesting. Maybe some Gaussian blur, or even Lynn, if you're in there, if you take the texture and clarity sliders, push them to the left, just out of curiosity. Yeah, there we go. Something like that, where now we're, it's kind of covering up the fact that there's that camera motion going on and stuff, and we're exaggerating what's going on. I like what you just did with those sliders.
I think it was a little too much.
Even try going the other way with the dehaze. I'm talking about exaggerating more into the artistic area, and then push the blacks to the left. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting it more into that kind of Orton effect, and and things like that going on, and then it doesn't jump right out at you that you've got that kind of out of focus camera shake going on, because it's being masked within this effect. And I kind of like this ethereal effect. I think that helps this.
All right, thank you.
Did you see what I did, Susan? I basically did, here's just the four things other than turning it black and white. And we started here and we ended up here, which is way better. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then this one is called Water Lightning. And this is also Susan's, and the score is 23.6. Oops.
This is The images were in the wrong order for the Doris effect.
Maybe it's
But-
nicer for me to end a little more positively.
Yes, this is yeah, this is very, very nice. Yeah, I like what's been done with that. It is definitely, so much better than what we just saw a minute ago as a submission. Yeah, that works well too, Lynn. Now there is on the right side, there's a little hot spot on the edge on that rock. I would just crop in a minuscule amount past that, especially in the color version. Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to do is there. That's better. And down a little bit, there's still a hot spot up in the upper corner. You can even burn that down, that hot spot in the upper right corner. But yeah. But this is very nice. I like when people take the time when they're at a waterfall to not just try and capture the entire waterfall in one big shot, but to look for the interesting details within a waterfall. I'm happy to see that that's something that you did here.
Thank you.
I still think it looks, these little bits of green and these little bits of orange are a little distracting. That's why I turned it black and white. Then you don't see those. All you see is, because what you want everybody to see is this.
Yep.
Right.
You
have those little bits of color and your eye goes to the color.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's shape and flow and contrast. I do think black and white, works well with this because it's almost black and white anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
When color's
very nice.
Color's not doing you any good, get rid of it. Or if it's distracting from what your subject is, get rid of it.
Yeah, this is nice. Very, very well done. Thank you.
All
Good
right,
job,
this is the
people.
end of our assigned. We got some generals to do. 7. Let's get moving.
Yeah, I get through general so I can pay my bills.
Yeah, man. Okay, this is Ever Vigilant. And of course, it's Deborah's.
Yeah.
And the score is 23.4.
Oh,
wow.
That's
Pretty.
great.
So
what
cute.
are they? What kind of breed are they?
These are wildcats. She's a big. She goes all over the world shooting wildcats.
They're called manul or palace cats.
Yeah,
They're
palace cats.
Okay.
Central Asia. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that bothers me is this thing over here.
I was going to ask you, Lynn, please just pull a crop in past that because that it keeps catching my eye, and take there we go. That blurry blob on the left side it kept making me want to squint.
Yeah, it's like what's going on over there?
Oh, there. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
We have a neighborhood cat that I trapped and fixed outside. Got his ears nipped. That looks like that. His name is Fluffy.
Fluffy.
His name is Fluffy. He lives outside, but he keeps wanting to barge in my door and come inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at all those
The kittens
sharp eyes.
needed a little more light.
And
The kittens were too dark. And here's another instance where the mother is blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she's shadowing them so that it's not as much effective on her. But that's what color she is, not blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good catch, Lynn.
I'm doing this to all my birds now. You've got me like obsessed with this blue color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these cats are so beautiful. Ugh. These are like in Asia somewhere.
Mongolia.
Yeah, Mongolia.
There's lots of good palace cat content on Instagram, if anybody's wondering. Many accounts.
All right, next one is King Penguin Pair. This is Diana Cahill's, and the score is 23.7.
Wow.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Nice capture.
Thanks.
I like that. I like that soft background.
Yeah.
Going on behind that.
I don't know. Would you get rid of this, Jim?
That depends. But what I would do is on the right side, jutting in horizontally. That one I would definitely do. I would definitely do something about that. The rest of it depends on the intent of the the image. That one there is the one that that kind of bothers me. But other than that, I don't really have too much of a problem with the other one there.
It looked kind of rainbowy on my monitor, which is what I wanted to ask about. But as we've discussed previously, it's my monitor.
There's no rainbows.
I don't see her. Yeah.
No, the colors were just like the sky was kind of purple, and then like the blue, and then the green, and it was just sort of like overdoing it. But
oh, this on my end, it looks
fine.
nice. There's there's pastel. It's not saturated. It's pastel, and it looks the colors look natural.
Right.
Back there.
Because they are.
Good.
They're not rainbowy.
Good.
Yeah.
So this is a case where it probably looks better to us than it does to you.
It does. Yeah.
Okay.
And Diana, where was this taken?
Bahia and Otil in southern Chile. It's the only king penguin colony in Chile.
Oh, awesome.
Is that a mating pair by the looks of it?
Probably yes, by their behavior.
Yeah.
The like touching bills like that is
Right.
indicative of being a pair.
Awesome. Next one is Kipal, I think. This is Fong's, and the score is 22.5.
Mm-hmm. Well, you caught them in a nice, pose. I guess either before or after. I think this is a dance exposition or something. The highlights are definitely hot on the third from the left with whatever she's wearing around her neck. That's the highlights are very hot there, and the black is kind of raised up. Push the black slider just a little left, make the black just a nice black. Yeah, there we go. Now that looks, has much more pop to it there with the blacks going darker like that.
Very subdued colors for that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the stage, but the light not good. So
yeah, it's hard when you're light.
Okay.
When you're lit, you're dealing with
cannot use flash.
Yep.
Right.
There. No, let's see the before and after. I did, just a couple tweaks. I think, yeah.
Yeah. The stage lighting always makes it hard.
Mm-hmm.
You can work on it a little bit.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome.
Thank you.
Next one is Zayuz. I don't know. I can't speak Chinese. Girl. You guys are challenging me tonight. This one is also Fong's, and the score is 21.1.
Yeah, again, do several things for me with this one, Lynn, and I think we can. There's some things we can improve and some things we can't. Yeah, definitely crop in a little tighter left and right. Yeah, let's make it more of a vertical image, down some from the top. Yeah, there we go. Definitely push the blacks to the left. And and just do this. Go to the tone curve. Ooh, we got kind of purpley there, but yeah, okay. There on the tone curve, go to the one that says darks. Push it left. There. Okay. Now, those reds and stuff are getting a little saturated, and that's. Yeah, I think when you shifted the colors, the red went kind of weird. Yeah. I think
that's where it was.
Yeah, desaturated a little bit. Okay. Didn't have to be that much, but okay, kind of technically improved what we're seeing in the image, but part of the issue here is the position with respect to the dancer with the pose. The arm reaching up is intersecting with the chin at the bottom of the face, and that's kind of a distraction with just the way the pose is and whatnot. But I think that's as far as trying to make some improvements with it, that's kind of where we can go with it.
All right, next one is The Wolf. This one's Deborah Alberts, and the score is 23.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been, I thought, he looks like a dog sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would have liked to see him like doing something,
Well, depends. He's a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wolves only do certain things,
Yeah. Dog-like things, right?
Yeah. Dog-like things, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And looks like it's out in the wild too.
Yeah. He's giving her a little side eye there.
It does look, it does look that way. Yeah. And at least on my monitor it looks like the snow is well exposed with the with detail and everything.
It's
and
just slightly out of whack.
But the composition is nice and tight around that. His back, his pose making the diagonal through there is nice. He's filling the frame. The background is not too distracting with him.
So that's a very close up of, that's quite a close up of a wolf in the wild. Is there a backstory behind that? Because they usually don't pose.
We don't know.
Oh, they usually don't pose like that.
236 millimeters, and she's probably cropped it. So
she was probably further back.
Yeah, she's probably further back, and it looks.
Still.
If I was sitting with my butt in the snow, I'd have a smear on my face too. He just
Well, he's got lots of fur though. Boy, he is furry. All right,
nice shot.
I know what I like. This is Leslie's, and the score is 22.5.
About that.
I like how she's got her eyes closed and she's kind of in the moment.
This is a great storytelling image. You get it in an instant when you look at this, and it's a great touching emotional story when you look at this. You get it right away without a title or anything. You know what's going on here. That's a great emotional capture right there.
He's got cheeks like Gillespie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's
definitely a hornblower.
Nice capture of a story and emotion there.
Thank you very much. She just walked up and started dancing with him.
Last but not least, Day or Night, Always There. This is Leslie's, and the score is 22.3.
Architecture.
Yep. Let's tell us about the processing on this, Leslie. I'm curious about just did you just do a straight conversion to black and white? Did you do some other things to this?
No, I did some other things to it. I went through Nick, and to make the clouds stand out more, make it look a little more ominous.
Yep.
That was kind of it.
Yeah. It has it has a I like the darker, moodier feel that you have going on with this.
So
well, I was doing that in kind of in contrast to it being a church.
That this was in a cloud. The cross. It just stands out, man.
Yeah, this could have been done, like I say, bright and high key, or and whatnot. This low key kind of treatment to it definitely gives it a mood and a feel. And and when I look at it, you mentioned something, and I was kind of wondering about that. That it's a little bit of a darker feel in contrast to what the subject matter is. And I heard you mention something about that. That was intentionally done on your part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, your intention came through.
Yep.
Thanks.
I like the contrast between like the very soft, that like in that they are fluffy clouds, and then the very rectilinear building, and then the very fractal trees.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
I
fun.
agree.
And I like how the cross at the top of the steeple has sort of like the multiple small lines, sort of like you see in the tree, but then it's rectilinear like the building. That's cool. I like it.
Yes, it mimics what's
that
going
wasn't
on with the
intentional.
branches. Yeah, that's a good point that you brought that. Good point that you brought that up.
You saw it, but you didn't realize you saw it, Leslie.
Yeah. I meant to say yes. That was my intention.
But between, I mean, it's fun. You have like the heavens of the clouds, and then you have the trees from the ground, and then you have sort of the spire coming up through it, like reaching the way. It's nice. I like it.
Thank
well done,
you,
Leslie.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Yeah, well done, everybody tonight. Very nice images for us to be looking at and tonight. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you for everybody sticking around. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Hey, Lynn, just to let
get
you
through
know,
tonight, so.
Just to let you know, Sophie had to leave early. She's young. She's a student, but she said she's going to join.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, good.
Great.
Well, good night, everyone.
A gardening group I go to.
Yeah, this isn't early for a young person.